Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, site of the 1996 Olympic Games, Center Park Stadium, and home to the Georgia State Panthers, and we have been feeling the excitement for this one all week. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Georgia State Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. The Boilermakers will put total leather and we'll get started. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Georgia State Panthers offense takes the field for the first time today. And there he is. To this team's fans, he is a heroic figure. He is the guy who can lead them to the promised land.
This guy has been in big games, in big moments, and he's delivered for his football team. It never seems like a situation is just too big for him. This obviously is a huge game. I cannot wait to see this guy compete.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Georgia State jumps back to the line. They go to the draw. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Boilermakers offense will take the field for the first time. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more...
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Power football with the run. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Makes the catch. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Boilermakers will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Bringing it back, it's Morton. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Looking for a crease, it's Cantrell. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Georgia State now has it in the red zone. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. Coming after him. He'll try to do it himself. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And more yards after contact. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. He's going to pass on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. A 3rd and long coming up here. It's a draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Georgia State jumps back to the line.
Yeah, and this offense, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense is still in identity mode.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. They think there's room to run to the right here. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. No huddle here for the offense. On the ground, it's Cantrell. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. And the fumble will go out of bounds. They'll lose a few on that one. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1. They'll try it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Here comes the offense on first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Fakes his man out. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Going up top on first down. He finds his man.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. A defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Boilermakers have this offense rolling. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Running back searching for a hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. That's the end of the quarter. Georgia State has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Moves around to clear up the vision. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard, and he did.
And often is good, too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
The Boilermakers decide to punt it away. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And the Panthers want to pick up the tempo.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete in the middle. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Looking for space. It's Morton. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. They'll go to the ground. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. And that ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Finds his big tight end. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. And the Boilermakers are in the red zone. He's looking to throw it. Takes the easy completion. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. aerial assault continues. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Boilermakers!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Gets it out fast. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. They'll operate out of split backs. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside, probably some sort of zone.
And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. That big fella up front just won his one-on-one battle and got to the quarterback.
And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to beat the guy in front of you, and great job by using your hands, getting by that first initial guy, and then getting to the quarterback. And the hard part a lot of time is getting him on the ground. Nice job by the big lineman.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Boilermakers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Takes a handoff. It's Cantrell. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. The Panthers in the hurry-up. Red pass, it's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. And the Panthers are rolling down the field. Fires and picked off. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. A first down for the offense. He wants to throw. Quickly complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. Second down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They're going to throw it again. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. The field goal is no good. After the miss, the lead is still 4. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
It's complete. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Panthers. What a catch and run for 6.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Arkansas was far from the friendly confines of Fayetteville, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab over the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. Looking for a block. It's Morton. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He looks that one in nicely. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Floating away. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Looking to throw on second down. Grabs it inside the 15. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Was to pass. Trying to get to him. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. He's looking to throw. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Smashes it between the uprights.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and quality of play so far today in Atlanta. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Center Park Stadium.
Ready to start things here in the second half. Georgia State about to kick it away. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the returner will be knocked down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Give to the back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They're setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. They'll try to run for it. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. catches it at the 30. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Handoff from the shotgun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Pressure coming. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
And the Boilermakers will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Takes the handoff. It's Cantrell. Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Georgia State jumps back to the line. They'll put the tight end in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the returner will be brought down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the counter. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. The Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment, defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Takes a snap, wants to throw. He's got his man. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. They move the tight end all over. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Purdue! precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Georgia State jumps back to the line. On third down, going up top. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that's an interesting call, going play action on third and long, because the defense is not worried about you handing the football off. That's not freezing anybody, especially these defensive ends. They're going right up the field, and you saw that time the pocket collapse as they were able to get to the quarterback.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. The give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Handoff from the gun. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. He's got him in the flat. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely perfect. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Panthers will hustle to the line.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Off play action. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. It's Wicks. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. That last completion sets him up on second down. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Wicks. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Working the middle, it's complete. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Neutral zone infraction will push the ball up 5 yards. The Boilermakers line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can rip. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Panthers are in the hurry-up. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Swings it out to the flat. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. He's got the tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Touchdown, Purdue! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up to add another. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. He's looking to throw it. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Short gain on the play before he slides. Up-tempo for the offense. Looking to throw on second down. Wiggles free. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. The Panthers want to move quickly. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's going to take off. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Opening play of the drive from the 39. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Nice move. Create some space. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. The give from the gun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Give to the running back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.